okayfm 101.7.
Mira say Kyei Mensah Bonsu Aburampa. Woye majority leader, minister for parliamentary affairs. MP for Swami. Na yene no entwetwe enkomo yi. Na Mira, Mima happy IMF o. Hey, Anabo.
Yes, Kwame.
We dey man happy IMF.
Bejosu Kwame. Ngina yitinga.
Yitinga.
Ni bompa yese. Shishene bitimi aboy ama itimi asan de ho ebiwo. Na me pese do man kutru no. Itimi ayene sa.
Na ankoye amachi de nwum bi a boy iron boy no. Na baby bi wo ho. Wo se mehwe wo bi a wo ba. Na ni ndu ate se wodo. Na bi obi a odo kumi mi de mirikatu ekohia wodo kwan a. Wodo amemetutu mirika hunu anyon boy ye enyo onu o. Na kyese hope anu wo nyina no se na atete apansam. Ye bom paye. Ebe yi o man ba ko pe ne wo Ghana. Na wo mudu fon na ba beto ha. Ene wo matwero reduce ministers to 19. Osei Kyei Mensah Bonsu advocates. E wo daily graphic anim. Wo she obata kari. Ai.
You know, Chris. Let me say. Say. Presence about my mono. Ubia enko ani na ediso na ni so adi hu na opese wo de chichire o man no. Na me ko fast chance yese. Ani so adi hu na de chichire o man kra mpo nso bi. Kwa me say wo ha gene no. Your constitution no. Directive principles of state policy no. O man ani so adi hu na o se de chichire o man. E ho na wu. So ko hwe wa amount economic objectives, amount political objectives, amount social objectives. I was here first of the teacher of mine. Amount educational objectives, cultural objectives, and international relations objectives. And I feel hope will be what the duties of a citizen. And so I can't. The choir was here first of the teacher of mine. I want na. So the constitution no more. I've been here. I want to. And Wabeka National Development Planning Commission and so on. Now NDPC no, I National Development Planning Commission. Kwame, the constitution no children say. Sa or man and so deep no, I say the children of mine no in the long term no. NDPC no, and come on fa, come on your man who are doing free home. Come on find your side. Somebody yes idea no. Na amanyuku no so na ubia ye ne manifesto a nanka chese long term development plan no na wo je wa ho de nso free tizo be hunu se ade krono an ye hwehwe na yi so ye no be ye maybe how to apply the long term development plan. I don't want to be a cafe or maymuno. Parties are working in our centrist parties. We belong to the center. NPP4, we are a little bit to the right of the center. And NDC4, we are a little bit to the left of the center. The only extreme parties be a woman. A dintra, a side directive principles of state policy, no, and a decided in my. So, the only say, ye can't. Free senior high in an ye can't see constitution. The constitution no can article 25 or so. Now I behead that the principles of state policy no. I don't know my timetable within 2 years. They started constitution no. They started implementing 1992 constitution now within 2 years no. Yenye share dey be my free senior high. Now within 10 years no. Ye implement it. You think 12 years after that no. Think I implementation no. Don't Kwame Sanya mani nyina wo na se e wo ho na se wo be implemented ya de na define e bi na be implemented ya think here say obeye ministers bebree nso obiara ba ase na ni so di hu na akoye ade foforo na ni so di hu no wode appointing the ministers the number of ministers no the bia no vast differences ewu so
honorable apart from honorable
me wa ha
ministers no ebi wo kra na yemu de ebi wo kra ya na yente ase because baabi wo wa yetimi nya ministers deputy ministers bi am yensa baabi wo wa CEO besia bai yes I was deputy CEOs ba mi yensa wo hunu ade a wo mo yo we nu sika no aye ye ho akire ye ni nti ana se adwuma na ye ntumo so
kwani on se enna na me ka se okay constitution mo ministers adwuma constitution no ka the ministers no president shall appoint ministers as many ministers are no ogiri se ebebo no wo de niso ade hunu no so ebitima bo na na kire o man no na ministers no mo adwuma ne se bibi kan no so bombe assist the president in running the state efficiently ebebo president in running the state efficiently ena so ko cabinet ministers no so was a cabinet ministers and so that is article 76 no was a cabinet ministers and so no apart from some president to run the state efficiently no or member president to evolve policies for nabai no what it means is that maybe a way do akon the way oswafo edu akọ agriculture oswafo edu akọ energy edu akọ education edu akọ trade and industry edu akọ employment edu akọ health baby edu akọ no onimdie na wo ewo ho no and also obeboa the president to evolve policies ewo that sector ho so na policy no so policy now be able so no it cannot be different from what the broad vision express or directive principles of state policy what you say it should be in tandem with that or say enonoko na society dia na constitution na cafe cabinet minister me board president in assisting in evolving politics no kwame what does it mean what it means is that on say abandon the agreement be eba or the bill be eba say nya on say eba mra se be fia minister na wo no what no wodi ni sasha afie what na sasha afie because agreement no bill no our dey ban is underpinned by a policy do the what the BBA ba your memorandum no any policy no so the policy now what dey ban say we a minister let's say we president in evolving policy for the place what it means is that so kind idea what it means is that any nature we need cabinet who assist president to evolve policy or there. Like I say, what do we say policy document as you say? When you are not part of it. Must say, my understanding of it may say, in that case, the president appointing ministers, apart from regional ministers, the regional ministers near 16 regions or the original baby. So now the central government ministers, and there was a parliament and a board president, na saa mama kanintino na any see more than 19 ministers. Nisi 19 ministers, more than 19 ministers there, and see more than 19 ministry. And so to have the ministers to superintend over these ministries. Now Boama akate down many of the some of the expenditure ministers no and so
honorable wo kan medi mani hwe enema bi me fa ne se yemfa transport ministry no yakonya ministry of railways yakonya aviation yakonya na transport ministry no ho wo break e betimi aka miensan nyina abom even railways kura sa aka ho
kwani Masma make no. Na me nka in respect of abaya was we nko.
Oh, minim sa me body asam na make ai.
Njo dije ho. Na me we agin wo kwan. Am a broad statement am make because abaya be nyina no. Na ne ma no ho. So ti ase. Na me gidi say ibitimi aye sa ne ma no to cut down costs so. Railways e ho hia. Pa also do baby kwani wo Ministry for Aviation.
Ai.
So aviation is on here power. But do we need a ministry for that? Setting a working.
There be.
So I say. This animal in was a general and yet Parliament knows a role to play. Because if you are a minister a president be about what treaty if you are 40 ministries. Parliament in brought a give and take, can say because Parliament approve of the ministers. So, Nankabia, Parliament and the President dialogue say no, we did say. But say, San Comodiano ain't name Wadia. And I never say, fuck, this usual constitution to say, ABA, apart from 19 ministers. President, maybe me a critique, it be a maximum of me, another 3 ministers of state account. So that we shall have the 19. There may be occasions that President may have to rely on a Minister of State to perform a special assignment for him. Come and not any ministers without portfolio. Okay, technology and horse armory.
Aye.
Near ministers without portfolio. That is the only specific idea, but after when it becomes necessary, from the presidency. It make us idea we see my
Sabre na mete Ashtown Katanga House na yeti minister without portfolio ni minister wo kwa onkuta portfolio on de bia ne nsapan
I said portfolio ni see a bag
a bag portfolio
that me fa no say minister no onkuta bag bia
on na ekon
the sana sanity also we have had occasion about we need minister for presidential affairs. But I buy be a new Minister for Presidential Affairs. What you say? Sometimes you be specific questions about presidency. No, now we need to be our share. And to be with my treaty, a Minister of State at the presidency. I'll be bar. If anything, or which might be answer no fee. What you say? You need me a far. Because the president comfortable. Minister of State for special purposes. So, now and then, the president also could be doing to vice president to engage. The minister for special purposes. So, I'm just saying, even if we have Sani, we can have the additional ministers, ministers of state, or mobility, Sani. So, now, we then have the 19 plus it be a million and a half. And only as a nation, you know, shots in the general. Me, imagine. We better say, oh, because 19, we don't need more than that. So we don't need more than 19. We should have that conversation. That's a they say a constitutional reviewer. Ne the shame ne year, ne the shame. And never be a constitution no a car or car lower limit when car parliament here. Na me car parliament class. And what I can say the country shall be divided into not less than 140 constituencies. In year 200. And year 230, so in year 275. I will say a more constitution in say you bet me at intervals of 7 years, not less than 7 years, or after a year after a census. The last time a year you did become in fear do me. The last time a year, you know, the entire census I feel so as I am. In Tibra Society constituencies need become one. What you are saying, they will say become one so. The letter commission the become one. Number 10 of the camera. And then I also make a say, you see, if you are a baby, I made a democracy again, you know, I am sure woman. the number of constituencies, it depends on the population quota. Population quota just means the number of the population in the country divided by the number of constituencies. In the year, you were 275 constituencies. Would they check about 31 million? Remember saying, but who say maybe 31 million? No, you are going to have maybe the 120,000 the same per constituency. Because democracy is about representation of people by people. And yet representation of a landmass, and yet representation of trees, and yet representation of water bodies. A nipana ukusi omanai. Intina constitution wa kase the constituencies population the woman it should as nearly as possible be equal to the population quota. There's 120,000 and the question to make as 120,000 be a enquani man of constituency. Normally on my bank. Ebia, this is a population quota near 120,000. That's okay. Anyway, you no be a plus or minus 20,000. What it means is that when you're 100,000, you can qualify to have a constituency. When you're 140,000, so up to 140,000, so you still have one constituency. Then we bro 140,000, so they are the number now bro so. Also, you can constituency for. And then a constitution can say 7 years after population census, 1 year after population, 12 months after population census, letter commission and yet redrawing of the constituency boundaries. Yeah, redrawing it translates into increasing the number of seats in parliament, which in my view is not sustainable. So, and yes, sustainable. And yes, idea 20 years and now 10 years the parliament because you have to accommodate the new people out of the home account. Yeah, what have you? I mean, if you see baby, you are, yes, sir.
Yeah, 1 year, you know, we are baby.
7 years, 10 years, they are not increasing the number of seats in parliament. It doesn't obtain anyway. So back there, until before the Omasem call court. 2012, after 2012, 2013, court can be safe. Population quota, I won't make money say no. But after Jan or ye letter commissioner, would you understand when you say question?
When Yano?
When Yano?
Why?
I think I say when Timin Yano, when Yano, what they go when Yano. What you say? But we should be candid with ourselves. Me and say, me we be some cry. I can make say even when the number was 200, me hasn't increased in grade. Don't forget to say 1992 from 1981. Now the number of seats in parliament 140.
Ah, 1992.
TNDC be two about 140 seats. Ronins ebe contesting Munuano and I just a committee. Increase 140 seats and they call 200 plus 50 and over the count. Before Brennan and letter commission were increasing bill by 30 and they call 230. And then this is almost a day at the 45 back home. Professor Mills Brennan almost a day 45 back home and 275. Yeah, and near Mercury, all increasing their 300 and a half or anything. As a nation, we should think about it. And I make animal what they say constitution. So then they are keep increasing because of the increasing they are not justify or the justification back. The 1,000 or the justification back. Until you say review constitution now, the number of seats in parliament, maybe shall be the 275 or the 250 or the 200 or and so 300 or 300 now 275 and now 250 and whatever we agree on, that number should be sacrosanct. What it means is that population quota and the and they say you could do 50 million grand as and say a seat near 300 and I say 275 and I say 250. Say 250. What it means is that it could do a number could do a year. It could do 50 million. What it will mean is that constituency Piano should have a population of 250,000. Of 200,000. What I say, average. Maybe a plus or minus the maybe a plus or minus 20,000 krona. And you see that with me I could 270,000. you still have 1 MP. Ubenya 230,000 or Ubenya 1 MP. But the average is 250,000. The population code channel necessary. And you put the twins in necessary. What you say? And also, it will help to cut down the cost of representation in Parliament. And yes, I mean, China, so any more number. Kwame. China, is the population you think?
1 billion.
It's in the region of 1.4 billion. The number of seats of Parliament, you think? The number of seats of Parliament, you think? China for the number is 1,000.
Oh!
I'm on the door.
But it be a system of government, you know. It's different from
what does it translate to? And then who call by NDA, and I say you almost going to pay 10,000. No, and no damn stadium, no more Parliament.
But minister, yeah, dear no. So you will be minister. The idea who say, as a one on the book game, no. Minister no was sign contract, minister no was inspect project. Technocrats no, and you who are eti when you need to know na be a here more ministers no.
Oh, baby. Minister, I'm a policy direction. Oh, yes. Occasionally, what's the work from say? I didn't know. Say policy now. Implement. Program now is implement. And our project to be a CA. Or say, what you say? I didn't know. I translate it to the ground and from I put it from one partner. In the inspection tools, yes. I only accept presence. I'm call inspection tools because ministers now work up to the president. The president now can also on occasions need to be say. And this was even more so the teacher man a Koswana. What I say. Now I know inspection tool no just was a 200 ministers. And then just will be in a year or no one can decide the time scheduler also be maybe with some ministers. So maybe be a one among.
Na mami hwe minister ebrebe na saa adwene ba utim ba ko wa kan se nkebe ye kura no a ye appoint obi minister ye appoint obi a ba bia ahwe a wokọ no hu nimde no eno de enim se ni wadi hu nkom a waka na we ebrebe na we su no wudwene hu ana wo constitution dada na emum hu ne ye hu
de hina wakan
e fa 19 ministers no
oh constitution mu
article say nie
Article 76.
Oh, okay.
And the cabinet ministers said the number should not be less than 10, it should not be more than 19. So, I mean, all combine Article 76 and Article 78. And 78 no cafe. The president shall appoint as many ministers as he deems fit to help him in running the state efficiently. Now, I say all combine 78 and 76 and no. Me imagine say apart from regional ministers no. The 19 ministers. Kwame now be say everybody is arguing. I've always spoken about this. We'll be able to since the recreation of the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs. I've always spoken about this. 2018 I spoke about it. 2019 I did. COVID in Britain the brain near Murphy. 2020 2021 no the brain near Murphy. And you do must say COVID no brass no. And I think of fast answer na ba. Your money you know what you doing is answer na.
And I know me hwe me call London me call Westminster. E ko hwe dan kakra capacity dey sit here. And I say na when na parliamentarians ba no omfofo aso yi.
So one go inside.
Dey be dan no so no.
E dan no ankasa e ne so e san say offices e wo mu enum ni ade no. E do so. Ba ko parliament chamber no ankasa mu dia e mu nso fa.
Dey say ge betimi e bu
I tete hodan nti ene de mu nso fa. Ene nti se asemba na so mu na kwat afetena wo mu no omo nko de ma bi gyina ho. Sanity e wo Westminster.
Enkrofo we. The we mu sibia na ye de.
So no de ono de wajini tete ho abakoso ni bi. The office a landmark in his history. Nti opto maintain it.
Okay. No de mame famra abatuo MPP mu ko yi national offices. na wudi mu ntintimman paa manom ne yɛntoma wɔ mo
Kwame we Yesu mpa ebo ne bi na mebɔ agu so no o se eja the betumi a kama sakuru we ntwa me honko
if the ukaya ya kwa pesa Kyei Mensah Bonsu si yɛntoma asomasi na abɛnten
bi menka sa baby a the party for no nyina na yɛde omo a yɛpɛ na to nsani ni so ni mo kasa ni mo no me say me nipa no bebree yi pa Jimmy Cliff what to be was say action speaks louder than words. Okay, a man can tell you that you roll your darkness away, but when it comes to doing, when it comes to knowing, now continue. Action speaks louder than words. Therefore, mountains and so. In woman, the possessions that they are more or more ye. In woman, be possessions that are not a moment that are or free mu and maybe or copre. Who are says to dear or hedge my dear mandada. Then you see, no, what can we in plus or bit nigh. And with the aye, Catahun.
Not just that. Aqua way, yeah, not auto coco. Coco cry only a question and was all better color willy. I the young one etchy. Coco cried in Suaton. I you coco and ye in a color willy, the young one etchy.
The Dominican say, na horse racing, and son of horse racing will be good. Na a poncoba coming near friend King.
Aye, a king quack, and a poncob see a fellow of Afrima, Mamma Co.
And he did what the old day, Poncono over a year. It's 20 league with when the woman to be. Me can't tell him I could anymore, but a question and would be gases are nothing or coaching. So, into the information and so. Now, or more aqua constituencies, no more regions, no, I could count myself. What this is a muquisa. The constituency level, no crowd, near obitting a boy, a party, no. The MS from say, Ma Oma says a woman, a vino, no one who say, and pass me today. The Cassane and Miss Wadi who near Slonko. The man of betting yeno. Among Fanasa, no from a trouble. Yes, I say, we be Shiano, and Quantum baby. Now, yes, I won't say, okay, the intention motive now fire can. And yes, I am wow, mine, and what party no, and me wow, mine. Because MPP, a whole dear, affect your mind, I'm a moon, and then if also a whole or more, what they were party more. What I say, affect nothing to me in the comments and more affect your mind.
Okay.
Into ancient Sadian, never more. And at the end of the day, they may catch the ankle for and say, your national constitution, Kwame Okas in the Article 55, Clause 9, or say the national executives of any political party shall be chosen from all the regions. So, it is Adena, and you say, Nipa Ekotomo Sabano, Yeze or 16 regions, Nipa Ekotomo Sabano, Omonu 16. So, let's just say, Tosha, and I'm saying regions in the Kahono. Maybe the constitution, the beginning year, the Ama, the number of the elected officers not proceeding. Maybe I'll say any year, but say, yeah, you make kind of say, yeah, say as much as possible also. You bring us our regional representation, and so, Imo.
The Nipa can say. MPP Nensuno pa ewa Ashanti region. Enti either say general secretary and as a chairman baako es a free ho. Saa de yi wonu omo share adwene.
Kwame, near Makan, they will see a share as much as possible. Say, it fair and balanced executives of our regions, in equitable representation. The word is equitable representation. So, the Makan, I mean, they
Bi wa medase.
Medase.
Meso medase. When you for such Kyei Mensah Bonsu abrampa. MP for Swami. Majority leader in parliament. Minister for Parliamentary Affairs. Why you otumfo sompa ehini. Yɛne na twem komo OK101.7 so nipa cho.
OKFM 101.7.